And this is where we wait. And I do believe you know what this means, good brother. The green light is on. The red lights are a go. And this means we got the green light. So with that being said, thank you for the yang, or the yang to my yin, or the yin to my yang, or something like that, who I love talking this wrestling thing with. But with that being said, as you can tell, we've already had a couple of bruises tonight, but we're back, bumps and bruises. We got observant stuff already hopping in here, jumping in on the live. I appreciate it, kicking this thing off. But to kick this thing off, I wanted to give a formal introduction to the good brother pulling up once again, my great co-host, the good brethren, Scotty Two Stone. Thank you for pulling up a chair, joining Bumps and Bruises tonight.
Howdy ho.
And it is the creme de la creme, the one that they do in fact call him Mr. El Tucker Tente, the ultimate sensei, a.k.a. we'll save the rest for Sleepless Radio. But how y'all doing? What happened? Didn't watch SmackDown? Well, we will give a quick little rundown because we do have the Night of Champions card, and I did actually watch live tonight. I didn't have Sleepless Radio, so I was paying strict attention with the volume on. He said, howdy ho, Mr. Hanky. Hey! Great reference catch right there. But we are back for a new episode of Bumps and Bruises. Before we dive into the madness, how you doing, Scotty?
I'm all right. How you doing?
Big cheers, big prost, all love from the host. I'm having a great time as well with you. So let's just dive right into the madness, shall we? Well, to recap SmackDown, I'm going to give you a brief rundown. John Cena cut easily the best promo of his heel run to close out the show, which was a pipe bomb against CM Punk, which he also kind of used the pipe bomb, the original pipe bomb, against him. He definitely sampled it a lot throughout the promo. I really liked that. That was my highlight of the night. Tiffany Stratton, Tiffy Time's going to be versus Nia Jax next Friday in a last woman standing match for the women's WWE Women's Championship. Looks like Naomi teased to cash in on that as well. Randy Orton heard the voices in his head, and he beat Sami Zayn, and he went on to become one of the finalists in the King of the Ring tournament, which will conclude next Saturday at Night of Champions. R-Truth did not beat John Cena's ass. He got in some offense, not too much, actually. I think he deserved to get in more offense before John Cena got himself disqualified up the ramp when he said, I have enough of this shit. He took the belt. He started walking up the ramp. R-Truth got in a couple punches, and then John Cena hit him with the belt. And then that's when CM Punk came out, which led to Cena putting him through the Slim Jim table and then cutting a promo on him for 8 minutes. But, Truth unfortunately didn't get in as much offense as I'd like.
Was it a better match than the last one?
Yes, but that bar was so low that all they had to do was do that spot.
It's all matters. Better than the last.
But no, it was definitely better than the last. I thought overall it was a really solid episode of SmackDown. LA Knight jobbed out to Bronson Reed. I didn't quite like that. Granted, he got the victory due to disqualification, but he had to eat 2 spears and 3 tsunamis. So I thought that was bullshit. I didn't like that Aleister Black smash got fucked up, because R-Truth randomly interfered and costed Kit Wilson the chance to even compete. Or I think it was Kit Wilson. If not, it was Elton Prince. But, that was complete bullshit how they treated LA Knight. I mean, like I said, he got the W, but that loss was horseshit. The crowd booted out the building.
Maybe if he wasn't such a dick backstage, he'd actually
That's
be
speculation and rumor, brother.
There's a reason why they're burying him.
But I'm trying to think of anything really other than that. I mean, SmackDown's 3 hours. Okay, you had the promo with Cody, Sammy, Randy, and Jey Uso. But, however, Cody never got a word in. They want to make R-Truth a heel by attacking someone else. That's stupid. Yeah, I didn't understand that at all. And, Aleister Black, he mentioned it in the back. He was like, hey, stay out of my business. And R-Truth was like, it's nothing personal. It had to be done. Why did it have to be done? Just so you can call out Cena, even though you already got the main event match? That didn't make sense. But that was the recap to SmackDown, and I'm glad that you mentioned that to where then we can recap it, because that leads into the Night of Champions predictions, because after the Jacob Solo promo, now we also have a new match set for Night of Champions. So you want to kick it off with that one, brother?
Yeah.
Jacob Fatu versus Solo Sankola for the United States Championship, with it looking like, based on what Nick Aldis was hinting at, is that JC Mateo will be barred from ringside. So with that being the case, but as it stands now, it's just Jacob versus Solo for the U.S. strap. Who do you got?
Solo. Solo wins just so they can have a rubber match.
Okay, I'm with you if JC's not barred from ringside. If JC's barred from ringside, you're telling me Solo's going to beat the Samoan werewolf clean?
No. JC's barred from ringside doesn't mean Bronson Reed's barred from ringside.
Bronson Reed's not with Solo.
Or,
A Tonga returns?
yeah.
Which one? Tamar? Oh no. Forgot the other one's name.
Tongaloa?
Tongaloa, thank you. Yeah, see, but then if he keeps holding on to the U.S., I don't know if Fatu's ready for the world title yet. That seems like a 2026 move for me, personally.
No, you don't go U.S. title to world title. You got to go intercontinental to world.
You can also go U.S., though.
We established there have been great U.S. champions.
There have been.
None of them really materialized into champions, like LA Knight.
I mean, he could do the Gunther thing and shoot up to the world title that quick. Chat makes a point with that one.
Yeah.
Big time. My guy, our guy.
But you have to, I say you let Solo win so they have like some kind of series.
Okay, say JC is barred from ringside. Can he still win dirty? That's the only issue that I'm having.
Ref gets knocked down. JC can come out.
Oh, like he goes for the spike. The ref's trying to break something up. Spike, Jacob ducks, hits the ref.
Yeah.
JC comes out. Ref never saw it.
Yeah.
But then Nick Aldis can be
dumb.
like, whoa.
Refs are dumb.
Oh, they just showed that tonight. The thing that I just mentioned last week. Naomi handed the ref the briefcase, and he's like, huh, what? What is this? Fatu loses the title. He could go to a series, but Fatu is definitely going to another title after he wins that feud. Well, essentially, if he would win the feud, he would still be holding on to the U.S. championship.
He ain't going to do belt collector. They don't do that shit.
He ain't
this
Mercedes.
Ain't AEW.
He ain't Mercedes Fatu. But I like the take, though. It's a good
absolutely.
perspective.
Because he does need to move up the ladder at some point.
Yes, that's 100%. I mean, he got instantly over. You know what I mean? Plus, he's a Niners fan, so come on. You know I support this cat. Loses the match, he's going to it. Yeah, if he loses the U.S. strap to Solo and then loses again in the payoff, I think that is going to be like all right, I'm moving on from this. I'm getting away from the bloodline shit.
Yeah.
Because Jimmy Uso got himself involved with the whole thing, too. Hell yeah, Niners! All right. There we go. Appreciate the love there. No shit. But that threw me off for a second. That's a shoot, brother. But, no, I thought that was a great match, though, to kick it off with. So you're saying, in conclusion, you got Solo.
Yeah.
I got Solo if JC makes an appearance. If JC doesn't make an appearance, I got Jacob. I don't see Jacob losing clean.
So you're picking
even losing
one or the other
Solo.
one. Wow.
All right, definite answer, I'll go Solo. Definite answer, I go Solo. Solo wins in Saudi. You happy? Solo wins in Saudi.
Jesus Christ, way to flip-flop, though, man. If it's going to be this guy or it's going to be that guy.
Well, you know me. I come at this thing from the ADHD perspective. I got 8 thoughts going at once at how this could go. I'm not even big on football. We lost the Rams, so I like the Niners. I can't even believe I'm reading that right now. Big cheers, big pros to you. I love you, man. You're a brother now. Thank you, thank you. That's awesome. Fear the faithful, baby. Come on now.
What?
Let's go. Second match. If we're going to talk one mid-card title, let's go to the other. Intercontinental Championship. Dominic Mysterio versus who I think is one of the best all time in the ring, the phenomenal one, AJ Styles. So for the Intercontinental Championship, Dominic versus AJ, who do you got?
Dominic retains.
Dominic retains, clean or not?
Oh, no, not clean.
Who gets involved?
Someone.
Because Finn made it sound like he says he has Dom's back, but I don't think he has Dom's back at all. I mean, overall,
it could be any member.
Finn's dying to turn, man.
It could be any member of the Judgment Day. And they go
JD McDouche Canoe?
And both of them could come out.
He said there's no way Dominic retains clean. Yeah, not on AJ. No. You're going to make AJ look like shit?
I mean, I wouldn't put it past him.
Dirty Dom can't win clean. Come on, it's in his name.
But it could be the whole let's turn him face.
Who?
Dirty Dom.
No.
Watch what happens.
He already got that pop at WrestleMania, and they didn't know quite what to do with it. So they don't want to have that be a full-time thing. He just got booed out of the building again on Raw. We want to keep that going.
Yeah, but the minute Finn goes to help him and smacks him and they all split up, he's going to become face. Finn Balor will still be heel.
And Finn turns bigger heel.
Yeah.
He pulls a Dom on Dom. You think I'm heel now, and now I'm really heel. Yeah, Dom isn't a face yet. I'm with chat. People are tired of seeing pin Balor, bro. That dude's taking too many pins.
You know who else takes a lot of pins, but you don't bitch about that? LA Knight.
Well, it takes a lot. It takes 3 tsunamis and 2 spears, brother. I can live with that. Make him look like Cody at 40. I can live with that. See, I like the Demon Finn Balor. That's my favorite Finn. That's what made me buy
the one that broke the rope and died.
Oh, God. What an awful booking that was when he fell off the rope.
That was called God, brothers. God don't like demons. He's smart.
Thank you. See, me and this dude were brothers, man. He's a long-lost cousin of mine. We're like the bloodline. I do bitch about LA, but he does too. So, see, we're right there in the same boat. It's horse shit. But it's horse shit on a stick. But no, I want AJ to win, but I think Dom holding the title is too much fun. So
absolutely.
With that being said, though, you know what? We're shooting tonight, aren't we?
Feud. That's not going to be a feud.
Guess what? AJ Styles beats Dominic
I already
Mysterio.
have one belt.
Finn cost him the match.
I already have one belt being changed. I'm not having this one changed.
Dom retains.
Yeah.
I like it. I like the take. Well, before we dive into the 2 King of the Ring matches that are going on tonight at Champions, we might as well talk about the last championship match. Speaking of the last real championship, you got to mention the last real champion. So we got John Cena, the Never Seen 17, versus the best in the world, CM Punk. The GOAT versus the BOAT. Who do you got?
John Cena.
Do, 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 do.
Tony's taking it all the way to December. Seth is cashing in and becoming a hero of wrestling.
You're sticking to your guns.
He's going to be the next god of wrestling.
Okay, what's the finish?
John Cena?
Yeah, what's the finish?
What do you mean?
We've been doing clean or dirty all night. What's finish?
Oh, clean.
Clean win on Punk and Saudi.
Fuck yeah.
He's going to make Punk suck a Saudi rooster?
Absolutely.
That's right. That's right. YouTube try to demonetize me now. But I don't know, man. I agree with him. R-Truth might have to interfere for real. Especially after what he did tonight to get DQ'd. I think they want truth in Saudi. I think I could see it happening. I think they're not. I think
maybe
he's not off.
That's how he got his job back. He knew people in Saudi.
Oh, he sucked the Saudi covered rooster. Shit.
But I just see Cena retaining, of course. That's it.
I don't have Punk winning, unfortunately. I'm sorry if I let down my Punkanites. But
I told you why you wear that bracelet.
Why is that?
Because it's touched Drew's willy.
Drew McIntyre is an attractive human being. If this touched his willy, there's worse people that it could touch, all right? You want me to say that publicly there? You happy? All right, so.
Absolutely.
I got John Cena also winning. Because at the end of the day, CM Punk, I mean, as much as I want him to win, it's another one of those cases where I do believe it's clear as day. John Cena retains. He's got to hold it for a little while longer and keep ruining wrestling. I think you're spot on with that. But now this is where we get to speculate a little bit. Because this is where we talk about the men and the women's King of the Ring. We know one of the finalists, but then we got to speculate on who's going to see him in the next. So I feel like we got a couple different situations that we can kind of speculate on here. So do you want to go ladies first?
Sure.
So we had the returning, one of my favorite returns of the whole year, finally returned on Raw, and she's had 2 banger after banger matches this week. Asuka has cemented herself as one of the finalists in the Queen of the Ring tournament. And she's going to be facing either Jade Cargill or Roxanne Perez, which will be determined on Monday Night Raw. So who do you think Asuka is going to face? Is it going to be Asuka versus Roxy or Asuka versus Jade?
Roxy.
Yeah, I think that's at least when Cena will lose, will be SummerSlam. And it'll be against Cody, but we'll get there. Let's get there.
No.
But you think Roxy versus Asuka?
Asuka wins.
Yes. Yeah, because that leads into a dream match in mind.
Roxy wins.
No.
She's going to be the next big thing they put.
Well, you got to remember, whoever wins Queen of the Ring goes on to challenge champion of their choice at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Bro, you're missing out on a dream match. Are you kidding me? You could literally set up the trilogy. Io versus Asuka at SummerSlam. Asuka beats Io. And then Io beats Asuka. And then Asuka beats Io again. Or hear me out. Io beats Asuka at SummerSlam. Then Asuka beats Io. And then Io beats Asuka at WrestleMania. That's a dream match for me, dude. Okay. Asuka versus Io.
I see how you're thinking.
The Empress of Tomorrow versus the, what do they call her? The Princess of the Sky? No. Is that what they call her?
Yeah.
Really?
But.
Oh, we're going to get to Goldberg, brother. We're going to get to Goldberg. Pump the brakes, brother. Don't you worry. Goldberg's coming up. Goldberg coming up right around. He's second base, brother. Hold on.
Yeah, I just think that WWE's high on Roxy and she's going to win.
I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you on that.
She's going to win both matches. To qualify and to advance and to
She's going to beat Jade and beat Asuka?
Yeah.
Wow. So they're going to tease Asuka versus Io? I'm not mad if they tease it, but we got to do it eventually. I want Io versus Asuka. Take my money.
WrestleMania.
Give me the pen, Triple H. Let's book this shit, Paul. Come on, Bruce Pritchard.
Okay. What do you think? Who do you think?
I got Asuka being Queen of the Ring.
You got Jade winning, though?
I got Roxanne beating Jade.
Okay.
I got Asuka versus Roxy.
So we're halfway there.
Because Asuka versus Roxy sounds better to me than Asuka versus Jade. I love Jade Cargill, but Jade, I mean this with all my love. You're not there yet. You're not there yet to be on the pay-per-view with Asuka.
Like Goldberg?
One match away. Let's get there. Let's get there. Men's King of the Ring. Waste Jade? All right, hold on. Before we get to Men's King of the Ring. I don't think that's a waste of Jade. I think there's a way to get Roxy to win dirty. And I know I'm always thinking that. I'm always thinking in the Eddie Guerrero way of there's a way for two people to get over with one clear winner. There's a way for this to happen.
What, you're live cheating still?
There's a way for this to happen where both people get over you, where you make somebody not look like shit and you make somebody look like a star. And sometimes you make them both look like stars. I think there's a world where the Judgment Day helps Roxanne beat Jade.
Yeah.
And then I think there's a world where they can't quite help her at Night of Champions against Asuka. And Asuka shows that that's why she deserves Io. Because I'm clamoring for Io versus Asuka. I'm sticking to those guns. But I don't think it's a waste of Jade to have her lose. I just think there's a way to do it where you can make her look really good in the process. Somehow a dirty pin. Okay, I see what you're thinking. The heel way, that's wrestling. I can't wait when we talk about Goldberg. All right, let's get into it.
No, we still
Men's
have
King.
Okay.
Let's set it up. Let's set the table, and then we'll get there. Men's King of the Ring. We have one for sure finalist. The other one's up in the air, but we can pretty much almost guarantee who it's going to be between the two opponents. But we're going to speculate on it. We got Monday night, Cody Rhodes versus 4 words, 4 letters, 1 word, yeet. Captain Yeet himself. We got Cody versus Jay.
2 words, 6 letters. That's what's going to happen.
Versus Randy Orton at Saturday in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia.
Both.
Cody beats Jay and Cody beats Randy. I agree completely.
Because he has to try to finish that story of saving wrestling that he fails.
That's where I got no debate against you. He is definitely Captain America, Iron Man right now, doing the whatever
He's more
it takes.
like Homelander.
I am Cody Rhodes. Like I totally see what you mean right there. He said Jay will lose. Jay heel turn. No.
I'll take Jay heel turn.
No.
That'd make shit way more interesting in life.
No Jay heel turn. He's selling too much merch. He's got kids wearing glasses and T-shirts and tank tops and all that. There's no chance. Win the story when he got the championship. Now, see, that's how I feel. But you do poise a good point when you say...
Did he say he was finished the story? I might be wrong.
He did.
Okay.
He has said it multiple times on multiple occasions and in multiple interviews that was him finishing the story.
Okay.
But for the men's King of the Ring, we got Randy Orton versus Cody Rhodes then. And you're saying Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, he doesn't hear the voices in his head and he beats Randy Orton.
Yeah.
Muy interesante. I think it's going to be a really good match because obviously you'll get the Cody versus Randy. It's not the title match that everybody wanted. I don't think we get a Jay heel turn out of it. In fact, I'm not even 100% sure. Oh, my God. I'm a broken record.
I see a Jay heel turn, though. Fucking jumps him right afterwards.
I was going to say maybe Jay loses dirty, but no, I think Cody wins clean.
Fuck no,
Cody wins
special.
Clean.
He was never special to start with. Just because he was a plumber's son, the son of a plumber.
The son of a plumber. No, I don't want to get flagged by Jimmy Buffett copyrights. Hold on. No, he was the son of a sailor.
Yeah. You can be a son of a plumber and not get copyright stricken because that's 5% different than the last thing. But anyway, so I'm glad we agree to that.
So to conclude our Night of Champions predictions, let's kick it off back how we started this thing. I got Jacob Fatu beating Solo. You got Solo.
Absolutely.
I got Dominic Mysterio beating AJ Styles.
I got Dirty Dom.
And you also had Dirty Dom.
Yeah.
I got John Cena beating CM Punk. So do you.
Absolutely.
Wow, we're pretty even on this. I got Cody Rhodes becoming men's King of the Ring.
So do I.
I got Asuka becoming Queen of the Ring.
Wrong.
You go.
Roxy.
All right. Well, now I'm excited to see once we clip that as well and post that on the TikTok and Reddit and Twitter streets what you guys got, and can't wait to see what the chat has on all your predictions as well. And thank you, of course, for being tuned in live, observing stuff. You are the fucking homie. Appreciate you being tuned in live as always as well. But now he's asking for it. Let's just pivot right into that. So that's not the only PLE match that we can predict on and that we can shoot on, because it's been confirmed that it's his final match, according to how they're booking it. But at Saturday night's main event in Atlanta, Georgia, we got Goldberg versus Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship. Goldberg jumped the line, man. He's getting ready for his final match. You're not last, you're next. And he's going to win the World Heavyweight Championship, even though they're booking it as his final match.
Mr. 176-0.
Mr. 176-0.
That lost his third match in his career.
Talk about it. We got a Bumps and Bruises exclusive.
Chad Fortune on a talk show. The guy that works at Chuck E. Cheese right now.
If you look it up, Goldberg lost his third match as a dark match in WCW against a gentleman named Chad Fortune. So really, he wasn't undefeated. Take that, Bill Goldberg. He said Goldberg won't win, but I hope he does. The title needs a reset. He wants Goldberg to beat Gunther. Hold on. This plot twist spear of the century,
bro. The only retirement match that guy needs is against Tozawa. I'm sorry, but look at his past few matches with other superstars. Couldn't do shit.
What if he does it?
But Tozawa, squash match, he's done in 5 minutes. Be a great match. Someone he can lift to do the jackhammer. That's what you want to see.
He can definitely lift Tozawa.
Exactly.
I don't know if he can lift Gunther.
And then if that spear on Tozawa would look fucking incredible. Tozawa would make him look small. I mean, make him look huge.
I mean, Tozawa would make him look like a megastar, but what are we going to do as retirement match on that main event? He said if they win, the WWE Universe would turn upside down. Dude, they would think Vince McMahon's back in charge. But they saw that, they would think Vince is back in charge.
It's just like, why?
By the way, this is a Bumps and Bruises first. Big cheers, big pros.
Like, why? Why even have this match?
It's Goldberg's last match.
All Goldberg was entrance. That's all he was. No,
I don't even know if he was that, dude. He headbutted the door and knocked himself out the one time.
He was a fire-breathing dragon at WCW.
Might as well make it ridiculous as possible. I got it. Goldberg versus Tozawa with Maxine Dupree on a pole match. Am I close? Dungeon Dolls on a pole match. Natty and Maxine. The only way Tozawa can save him is that he has to get on the other side of Goldberg.
Goldberg knows he's such non-draw that he's like, I can only do this for a world title match.
I can't believe I have to debate you on this. Is he a non-draw?
No, I'm just saying.
Because I texted Glenn this, and he's telling me what channel. Not to name drop somebody, but let me just say he's an older gentleman.
It's on the cock.
That we used to work with.
It's on the cock.
It is on the cock.
Yeah, that's all you need to know.
But it's also on regular cable television. He said, I dislike Goldberg. That's why I like him winning. I like that take. I truly hope he beats Gunther.
Just like he
beat
fucking Bray Wyatt.
I like that.
Just like he beat The Fiend.
That was awful. How about that 5-star WrestleMania match he put on against Brock Lesnar in 2004?
I'm worried.
Stone Cold was the special guest ref. At one point, he had to lean in and go, what are we doing?
I'm worried that that's going to happen. Because Gunther and Brock Lesnar were about the same weight class, I would say. The minute he tries to pick Gunther up for a jackhammer, it's going to be like The Undertaker all over again.
I would almost say don't do it. He said, I loved him beating The Fiend because the fans made me hate The Fiend. No! No! Delete! 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 I love The Fiend. No! No, that's funny as shit, though. But, yeah, Goldberg versus Gunther. I mean, it has potential to be Shawn versus Taker at WrestleMania 25. I mean, it could be Kurt Angle versus Shawn at WrestleMania 21. It could be Macho Man versus Ricky Steamboat. I mean,
or it could be Undertaker versus El Gante.
Wait, Undertaker versus who?
The Giant.
Giant Gonzalez?
Yeah.
I thought you said El Grande.
No, not El Grande, but El Gante. That was WCW's version of the Giant Gonzalez.
One of the greatest wrestlers of all time, too. Practically Lou Fez in the ring.
I'm just saying, it could be that.
Like Great Khali, too. He was like Harley Race.
Or it could be his Brothers of Destruction versus DX level of bad.
Who? What do you mean bad? Everything in that match went right.
Nobody's
mask came off.
Every spot they called was perfect. That mask falling off was a symbol of everything that was going to happen afterwards.
Shawn Michaels said, I didn't rehearse shit. And he said, I got up on the turnbuckle. And he said, it didn't occur to me until I got up on the turnbuckle. He goes, I haven't done this in 9 years. I guess let's see how it goes.
It's just like Davey Boy Smith and Bret Hart. Davey Boy Smith fucking went on a bender smoking crack and forgot the whole match.
Oh, shit. I forgot about that.
And they still put out a 5-star match. Not really 5-star, but
I forgot
very
about
good
that.
match.
I forgot about that 5.5-star Meltzer affair. But, yeah, as far as this Goldberg-Gunther thing goes, though, man, this might be DOA, if we're being honest. Like, I'm not going to lie to you. When the match happens, I'm going to pop. When Goldberg comes out for one last time, I'm going to get giddy. I'm going to get the nostalgia factor. I'm going to pop. I know I will.
I'm telling you, Cesaro would have been
But I just don't know how the match is going to go. Like if we were to speculate on how the actual match is going to go, how long is this thing going to go?
Are you really going to have Gunther be buried in 5 minutes?
If he's buried, it's going to happen in under 5 minutes.
It has to. Because
if he gets buried, it's going to be what Goldberg did to Brock Lesnar when he returned in 2016 at Survivor Series. It's going to be spear, jackhammer, pin. If it's a squash on Gunther. But I personally think for his last match, how it should go is I think Gunther should beat Goldberg. And then he should be gloating, kind of, flexing with the championship at the end of the match type shit, be in the middle of the ring. And then I think Goldberg should get up in the middle of his hometown, in the middle of his family, hit him with the spear, hit him with it. He can somehow hit one last one, hit him with one clean jackhammer. And then as Gunther's kind of retreating with the title, Goldberg celebrates to close out the night with his friends and family. And everybody in his hometown of Atlanta.
Do you think this is going to be Goldberg?
He said Gunther's going to win in 6 minutes. You're thinking Goldberg goes 6 minutes?
If it's over 5 minutes, Goldberg loses.
100%.
Even though he beat Bobby Lashley in 11 minutes, 25 seconds.
I got an interesting question for you. Is this the main event?
Yeah.
It is.
Oh, absolutely. It's gonna be
so we're going to have a squash match in the main event then?
In my booking, yeah. And your guys' booking, because you guys...
You can't go out in a squash. You can't. Saturday night's main event. In Atlanta, Georgia. It's Goldberg's hometown.
That's why it happens.
And I feel like it has to be the main event if you're announcing it as a retirement match.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Gunther wins clean. Goldberg counts light. But then Goldberg hits him with spear jackhammer, celebrates with friends, family. I can almost picture it. Gunther's like holding the belt, sweating, like kind of retreating up the ramp. Kind of like, oh, fuck it, man. Have your celebration.
That's just terrible.
He said, oh, bro. He said, oh, Lord.
I mean, Tozawa would have been the perfect opponent. Like, who else would you have chose?
Tajiri. No. I don't know. I know we talked about this a little bit earlier on in the week. Big E was the one that really wanted Goldberg's last match. Big E stated that was his childhood favorite. He wanted to retire.
Had a death wish.
Well, Big E's retirement match ended up being on a god-awful night against Ridge Holland, which that, unfortunately, as it stands now, was his last match.
Yeah.
He hasn't been cleared to wrestle since, which I hope he does. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. I love Big E. In fact, Big E's my character in Gears of War 5. I bought the New Day DLC. I fucking love Big E. He was my favorite out of the New Day.
Yeah, I just feel like because there's no one else I could trust to make it a quick match and make him look good that he can pick up and do what he needs to do to look impressive, to put him over to make him look like the star he wants to look.
And see, that's the thing, is what can he do anymore? He was hobbling when he came out of the ring.
You don't think he could have done that against Tozawa, though? Anything, like any of his prime moves? Tozawa would help him out the most.
As much as you make a great point with that.
Chad Gable, because he can still do the same moves?
Okay, now that's better. That's better. Him against El Grande or Chad Gable's better.
Chad Gable. Why would you want an El Grande?
Him against Chad Gable, that'd be better. I mean, that's why I said I think you might be warmer with Gable. Like if it was Gable versus Goldberg and they actually had time to build this a little bit.
Is he really going to be able to pick up?
Like I can almost picture Gable being like, you're not a real wrestler. Like shit like that. Like I think Gable would actually be a much better feud and could do the same things that you're saying Tozawa could do.
What could he do to Gunther?
Who, Gable?
No.
Tozawa.
No, Goldberg.
How
much do you think he could pick up and jackhammer and not worry about dropping a main eventer on his fucking head?
That's the thing. I think you got to stay away from the jackhammer. If I'm Triple H, if I'm booking it and I got the pencil, we're not doing the jackhammer. Unless you're really confident you can do it one time.
Now listen here. You're not going to do your finisher, brother. You're going to do something else. The 1 of 3 moves you're really great at, you're not doing. So now you're down to 2 moves.
He's kind of converting me low-key to saying, what the hell happens if Goldberg wins this thing?
I love the chaos
one last
theory.
time.
I love the chaos theory, but you have him retire as champion? No.
He's the one that really ruined. Hold on. Wait a minute. He's
the
been
true
working
bad
in
guy.
tandem. He's on to something. He's been working with John Cena this whole time, and Goldberg's really the one that's going to ruin wrestling. You think John Cena's going to retire? I announce my own retirement on my terms in my hometown, dude. I walk out with the title, brother. I ruin wrestling, dude. You guys have always said I ruin wrestling. Well, now I really ruin wrestling. Me and John Cena walk out with both your titles. We're a tag team.
Think about it.
We win the tag team championships. John Cena and Goldberg win the WWE tag team championships and leave with the tag team titles and
Respective heavyweight titles.
and the respective heavyweight titles. They go out like Triple H and Stone Cold tried to do in 2001.
Ho, 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 ho.
Oh, he can see that. That's you got a fantasy book there, brother. That's who's got the sticks. We're on GM mode with that. I got an idea for my Raw brand.
You got an idea for a movie, it sounds like. What the fuck?
I haven't got to go that far out there on a tangent in a while.
Jesus.
Thank you guys for letting me play it out. What do you think? How are we ready?
Goldberg already tried to ruin wrestling. He took the best there was, the best there is, and the best there ever will be.
Goldberg already tried to ruin wrestling when he stepped in the ring and they rang the bell.
Chad Fortune tried to warn us all. 3 matches in.
Chad Fortune said, "This shit's a shoot. You're not going undefeated." Yeah, it's hard to think that far. You got to be really high and pretty drunk, and then that's when you can figure out all
Shoot
those
for the
things.
stars.
Yeah, that's the only way that's possible, and you got to play a lot of GM mode. That's going to be an amazing clip. Yeah, no. At the end of the day, I do love Goldberg. As a kid growing up, I really loved Goldberg. In fact, it was one of the wrestlers that I originally remember watching. I'm pretty high, but not drunk. You got me on that one. Hey, big cheers, big prost, even to the sober ones. Hey, I'm a big CM Punk fan. To those straight edge, we support that too, as long as everybody's having a good time tuned in. But, yeah, I've always loved Goldberg, but at the end of the day, he is hands down somebody that has been given way too many opportunities for somebody
All entrance.
And he still headbutts doors.
CTE ain't real with Goldberg indoors.
I got a question for you. We're heading down, getting near that route. But just shoot off the cuff here real quick. What's Goldberg's best match?
Him and DDP. Halloween Havoc.
It's a good one.
It's his best one.
Give me 2003, him versus Triple H Survivor Series.
Bobby Lashley. Oh, okay.
Goldberg versus Triple H 2003 Survivor Series.
Okay.
That's the best match that I've seen him wrestle. At one point, you got to check your watch. Holy shit, they've been going how long? 20 minutes? You're like, whoa.
Did the match really go 20 minutes?
No, probably 15, and I'm exaggerating.
Okay.
So Goldberg was who they wanted Lesnar to be. Lesnar's a better Goldberg than Goldberg. Oh, my God, yeah. I mean, that's not even close. Goldberg has nothing that could even touch Angle versus Lesnar WrestleMania 19. Nothing. If Goldberg tried to hit a shooting star press, somehow both people would break their necks. I don't know how to explain it, but both people would break their necks.
Goldberg came around way before Lesnar.
Oh, yeah. But when he had that run-in with Lesnar, or even like to reference what he said, Lesnar was essentially built like Goldberg on his original push coming out of OVW.
Yeah.
I mean, to the moon you go. Here's the rocket.
It's because he could actually do shit, though.
That's why yeah.
Goldberg had 3 moves.
So Goldberg was first, but he had no badass background. The only thing he had as a background was that he was an Atlanta Falcon.
He had 3 moves.
Spear, jackhammer.
Press slam.
Well, yeah. The thing. Yeah. I had to think about that. Not as clean as Randy Orton's, though. Randy Orton does it much quicker. Oh, and you can't forget the Goldberg shoulder tackle. He had a nice little shoulder tackle to him. That wasn't too bad. He knew how to shoulder check somebody. But no, to conclude on Goldberg, though, at the end of the day, I'm excited for that Saturday night's main event match. I just truthfully don't see what really we're going to get out of this.
No, there's nothing to gain from this fucking...
Other than a good Goldberg send-off that will feel nostalgic and get to hear him.
He just wants to feel like he's useful at something. Like he meant something to the wrestling universe. This is just to stroke his own ego.
He left behind a legacy. Whether nobody likes it or not, he left behind a legacy. Chad said, I'd rather fight Goldberg than Lesnar, and I'm only slightly bigger than both of you. They'll both kill me, but I have a better chance against Goldberg. Yeah, I mean, all you got to do is just kind of make him run for like 15 seconds, and then something's going to tear. Yeah, we've been talking about Goldberg too long. All right, he's right. Well, speaking of risk of Gunther getting injured, somebody did get injured earlier this week, and I did make a post about sending my speediest recovery and my wellest of wishes to. Unfortunately, this week...
Oh, what's his name?
Her name. Liv Morgan got hurt on Monday Night Raw, and looks like her shoulder injury is a little bit worse than people originally expected. And Liv Morgan's going to be out for, it looks like now it could be up to 6 months because now it's going to have to involve surgery.
Yeah.
But I'm saying get well soon, though, the speediest recovery to Liv Morgan. However, a lot of people have said, though, that within WWE, that a lot of the plans that they had for SummerSlam and especially the Evolution 2 pay-per-view coming up, that those plans got scrapped due to what's happening with Liv. Because now it looks like Liv's going to be off for some time. But I also saw, to quote a source here, to cite a source, that WrestleOps stated that apparently that Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are not going to drop the Women's Tag Team Championships.
Yeah, I've heard that too. She could still do well.
Man, it sucks seeing Liv get hurt. I mean, it shows you right there that she was such a fixture of all of their summer booking and all of their summer plans. And as somebody that's been loving the rise of Liv Morgan and getting to see her get all these great opportunities and just knock them out of the park and hit grand slams, it's so unfortunate to see her go down with an injury like that against Kyrie. And I know people, I wanted to say this one as well. I know we talked about this over text. Some people were going at Kyrie saying that, the last 3 of the women that she was in the ring with over the last couple of weeks, over the last month, somebody's resulted hurt. I think we're dealing with a fluke. And you said the same thing. I mean, that shoulder injury is a fluke. Come on now. He said, I like how Rhea doesn't like people liking the Liv injury. She broke character to be a real person. And I like that too. Thank you for mentioning that, man. I really like that a lot, too.
Fuck your kayfabe.
I really like that a lot, too, though. Seriously. That was a good time to break kayfabe because people were like, oh, like, the Rhea stands. We're like, oh, this is what you get, like, blah, 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 blah. And Rhea literally broke kayfabe to be like, come on. You don't wish... And I've always lived my life by that. I don't wish negative. I don't wish harm. I don't wish ill on anybody.
But is Rhea a babyface? What would a babyface do?
Well, that.
She's just part of her character.
Also, though, if you think about it, though, her and Liv have had a deep-hated rivalry.
But she's babyface.
Still,
babyface,
though, you'd want
to be forgiving.
Do you think John Cena would have done that to JBL on Twitter in 2005? No.
Yeah. As a babyface? Yeah.
JBL got hurt?
Yeah. No. John Cena would be like, oh, please don't do that.
JBL would have told him to not do that.
Well, was he babyface?
JBL was the ultimate heel.
No, I'm just saying, John Cena's babyface. So, yeah, he would have said that.
I doubt it. Personally, I doubt that.
That's because you don't believe in kayfabe.
I do believe in kayfabe.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Well, I guess that's... It depends on the situation. If I believe in kayfabe or not. Anyways, where do you think they go now with the Bella plot? Because Nikki looked like she was about to get in a feud with Liv. It looked like there was about to be a potential Bella Twins versus them. Now the Women's Tag Team Championships in limbo. What are we thinking there? Thank you. I also agree with that take as well.
But where do we go? Wherever you want to. It sounded like the feud actually started. It sounded like they invested a month into this 2 months.
Well, if you were to look at it in GMO terms, they went from level 0 to level 1. Yeah. So you're saying just scrap it?
I mean, she's out till 2026.
Liv? No. She's going to be back before then. I can almost guarantee
you said that. 6 months.
Up to.
Yeah, they're talking about not even
that's the timetable.
2026.
They're saying 6 months at the most.
No, they're saying that she ain't coming back till 2026.
Essentially, yes.
So worst case scenario, she comes back next year.
Worst case scenario, she comes back in the Rumble.
Do you really want to hold that feud for a fucking year or for 6 months?
No, especially with the Nikki Bella return timetable.
Yeah.
I know Nikki's going to hang around for a while, but I don't think Nikki's going to hang around that long.
She's going to get lost in the shuffle.
Dude.
Nikki Bella.
Nikki Bella is irresistible to getting lost in the shuffle. There's no way Nikki gets lost in the shuffle.
Okay.
Not to quote Vince McMahon.
You said there's no way. There's no way LA Knight would not be a main eventer by now.
Look,
there's no way Jey Uso would be more relevant than LA Knight.
That's a whole different ball game.
No way. That's what you told me. No way in hell. Not a chance.
Look, I was wrong.
We see how that turned out. So there is always a chance.
I mean, yeah, there is always a chance. I was wrong about LA Knight. I thought he would have held a world title by now. I mean, it's kind of astonishing to me. Very mind-blowing that he hasn't. But, I mean, what do you do? I don't have the pencil. I don't have the pen. I applied for a job to be a WWE creative and a producer.
I applied for AEW.
You did?
Yeah.
Send me that link. I want to try that one too.
Fuck it. I'm pretty sure I didn't have what they wanted.
They should let us both be bookers. Send them screenshots of what we got going on GM modes. But before we get to the Q&A, though, there is one last thing I wanted to talk about before we get to the Q&A, which we mentioned a little bit on the pre-pod. AEW, because we like to talk about other wrestling companies as well. AEW and Jon Moxley are under fire with a lawsuit this week from a cameraman dating back to 2 years ago when Jon Moxley faced Kenny Omega in the steel cage match. And for those that don't know, he shoved that cameraman back. Shoved him real hard. In fact, so hard enough that 2 years later, that cameraman said, you know what? I don't like that. And he decided to file a lawsuit against Jon Moxley and AEW. What do you think about the lawsuit? Because that's got people going on two sides of the grass here. There's people that are saying that the dude's a pussy, and there's people saying that the dude has a point. So do you fall on point or pussy?
I mean, dude's getting paid. If it happened to me, I'd get paid. If it happened to you, you'd want to get paid. That's just how I feel. That's why I'm not going to fault the dude for wanting to get paid for something.
I watched the video about a handful of times, and here's what I'll say. Buy me a 24-pack and then we're square. Buy me a 24-pack.
I mean, I just watched a woman get hit by an ATV at a wrestling show by a drunk wrestler who wrecked just a couple minutes before.
And that's why I'm like, you can't take this shit that serious. Granted, even though it was, I know the thing was,
we have WrestleMania in Vegas till that woman dies. Thank you, Stone Cold. Now I'll never be able to see WrestleMania. She'll be about the same age.
Unless we make a trip to the Sin City. So to fill in the chat, to fill in everybody, Jon Moxley and AEW are currently being sued once again because 2 years ago they had a steel cage match against Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega. Well, once they did the cage spots and they flew outside, he remembers the Stone Cold crash. But yeah, it was when Jon Moxley did the. I thought he was asking about the Jon Moxley thing, but yeah, no, it's when Jon Moxley fucking shoved that cameraman. Like I said though, I'd be asking for just give me a 24-pack, maybe a pack of cigs, and we'll call this thing even.
So $20 would have bought you off.
30. Let me get a pack of shells or two.
Okay.
I'm gonna need to roll a blunt and watch this thing back.
Okay.
If I'm getting really shoved like that.
I'm asking for autograph shit. Fuck it.
You're asking for real money. I'm asking to get fucked up for the night.
I'm asking for a few autographs on cool souvenirs. Like a turnbuckle sign.
You're smarter with it than me.
Give me a turnbuckle signed by Kenny Omega and Jon Moxley. That'd been way cooler.
He said, "Shut the cameraman." So What the cameraman said is that he has back and neck injuries, is what he said from the shove. But as you know, it's a classic fucking it's a classic fucking let me sell this and get some money. I mean, for him to come out 2 years later and be like, yeah, I've had long lasting injuries from that shove. I rode a skateboard off of a roof 6 years ago. Thank God, but I'm standing here, sitting here perfectly fine. This dude took a shove. It says that he has long-lasting injuries.
But he was holding a camera, too.
I stuck the 2 back wheels in the fucking gutter and face planted into a thorn bush.
Well,
I am fine.
You don't know how to fall. And you had something break your fall called a thorn bush.
Oh, I was Pro Wrestling 101. I broke the fall.
With a bush.
A tall-ass one.
You're just doing the other guys. Aim for the bushes, Rock.
Thinking what I'm thinking? Ollie into a kickflip on the gutter. Boom!
Yeah, I feel bad for the guy, but I'd do the same thing. Fuck it. I'd get something cool out of it by the end of the day.
He said, yeah, see, you only got to blame yourself when you injure yourself like that.
But this guy wasn't young either, though.
That is true. He looked like a, about 40?
Yeah. And shit sucks at 40.
Well, you're a different 40. You're like a young 20. But they don't know our age, I don't think. That's kayfabe. They have to figure that one out. You got to look that up. Wikipedia.
But anyway. Yeah, I just feel bad for the cameraman if he's really hurt.
Oh, he knows how old I am. I've exposed it too many times. I'm 29. Oh, he got me. It's a shoot, brother. You don't know how old Scotty Two Stoned is, though. That's still kayfabe. Still got a Wikipedia. Hey, you can never be on the rails if you're never, or you can never be off the rails if you're never on them in the first place, right?
That's what you keep saying, but I don't think you know what it means.
I think I do know what it means.
Okay.
I don't do cocaine anymore, so I don't mean those rails in context.
That's snowing, brother.
I mean the context of the content. All right, you ready to dive into some Q&A, brother? I think we're all ready.
Yeah.
All right. I'm always the first one to ask you a question. You hit me first this time. I'm always hogging the floor. And I'm curious to see what the chat says. Observing stuff, I know you're going to ask me a great question. Scotty is about 18. He's pretty young. I agree. Scott is 18. How'd you guess it? That's close.
I'm 21.
You're warm.
Gotta have 21 to smoke.
He's 21. That is a good point. He's 21. Because we are live from the land, from the 440. So to legally smoke weed on camera, we have to at least be 21 years old. But hit me with the Q&A, though. Take the floor.
What is one thing you miss about wrestling that they'd bring back?
Shave your head match.
Okay.
That first
thing
thing
they're getting ready to set one up pretty soon, are they not?
I hope so. Chelsea Green's been teasing it. I've really been hoping so. That's why that's the first one that came to my mind. Second thing that I'd love if they'd bring it back to wrestling would be the parking lot brawl. I love the parking lot brawl. Not the backstage brawl. The parking lot brawl. Like with Eddie Guerrero and John Cena, and Eddie Guerrero and JBL, and JBL and John Cena. Like, I always thought those parking lot brawl matches were very heavily underutilized. And then I'm going to give you another thing that I wish that they would bring back to wrestling. And I feel like we've mentioned this before on the show. Bring back the jobbers that are just funny. Like Hurricane. Hurricane sold a shitload of merch. I couldn't tell you 5 people he pinned. Besides The Rock. Bring back the backdrop. Everybody bends over and gets kicked on the face. I wouldn't mind them bringing back the SmackDown Fist. R-Truth was a funny jobber. They just didn't really have him taking pins on TV like that, though.
24/7.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, like, towards the end of the R-Truth before it just became Ron Killings. But R-Truth, yeah, at one point was a very funny jobber. Hurricane was a funny jobber. Santino Marella. John Cena. No, Santino Marella was a funny jobber. I think even Miz took more pins than anybody. He can be a funny jobber. But those are 3 things off the top of my head that I would bring back to wrestling.
Oh, I miss gimmicks. Like, not matches or anything, but like Hurricane having a gimmick. Just people, Doink the Clown, just random gimmicks, character gimmicks.
Good shit. Yeah, like Eugene,
Yeah.
which I know a lot of people didn't like Eugene, but I thought Eugene was funny. I was always entertained by Eugene. What would they do? What they would do was the Irish whip into a person bending over into a face kick. Back then, that was called a backdrop. Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about there. So you'd like to see them bring back the official backdrop, the traditional backdrop.
Okay.
I like that. Not bring back a move? Oh, wow, I'd have to really think on that one. I wouldn't mind people winning matches the way Eddie Guerrero did.
You had like the Undertaker.
Like stealing the boot off Kurt Angle and shit. That was great. Yeah, bring back some old moves. Okay.
Like the Atomic Drop.
That's a good one.
I ain't seen that move in a long time.
Wow. That's a really good one. Old moves. Wow. Shit.
Touche, man.
Yeah, touche. That is a really good one.
Good chain wrestling. Like escapes.
Oh!
Escapes.
I got one. Coast to Coast. Coast to Coast. When Shane O'Mac would put the trash can in front of somebody's face, jump from turnbuckle to turnbuckle across the ring, same side. I love the Coast to Coast. Nobody's jumped off the Titantron in a while. Or jumped off of something in the crowd, in WWE at least. I know AEW just did that recently. Coast to Coast was dope. Love the Coast to Coast.
Oh, when's the last blindfold match you've seen?
Oh, God. Cyber Sunday something. I want to say it was Cyber Sunday or Taboo Tuesday.
And they're all trash.
It was Eric Bischoff versus somebody. Maybe Teddy Long. I'm not even shitting you, man. Like, I'm trying to remember this off the cuff.
Yep.
Jeff said, hold on, brother. I don't do perks no more. I can't be jumping off of this bullshit.
But I will in AEW because they don't drug test.
He said, we don't need a blindfold match. Yeah, I might be cool on that one.
I like it because it's comedy gold.
Bring back the WLC. No. I don't care what anybody says, man. The WLC was gold. I can watch that match 1,000 times over, and it's funny every time.
What's your question, though?
Okay. You want to put me on the floor and give me the mic?
Yeah.
This goes for the chat, and this goes for you. And everybody watching afterwards as well. If you were starting a wrestling company today, and you could sign one male and one female, who would you sign? So if you're starting a wrestling company today, you get one male, one female, but you're starting a wrestling company. So think like a dynasty. Who do you sign?
One male, one female.
Mm-hmm. But think like a dynasty.
Tony Storm.
Okay. Tony Storm. So you got your female.
Yeah, and then I think of a young upcomer out of WWE. I would prefer maybe Gunther.
So you'd sign Gunther and Timeless Tony Storm.
Yeah. Fuck it. Give me Gunther and Storm.
All right. And we're starting a dynasty, right? For female, give me Tiffy time. Give me Tiffany Stratton. And for male, give me where are the dogs at? Dog pound. Dog check, baby. Give me Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker and Tiffany Stratton. And you said Gunther and Timeless Tony Storm? Mm-hmm. So if you're starting a wrestling company today, he said, I'd sign Brock Lesnar's daughter and...
She could be a star.
Fuck, you broke me.
She could be a star. Maya Lesnar, I think.
Maya Lesnar. Yep, you know it. Thank God you remembered it. I almost said Tyra Lesnar. So thank God you got me.
By Brock for that shit.
Oh my God. That's all right. I'm not in Minnesota anytime soon. I should be okay.
Not in Colorado State.
Is that where he's at?
That's
forget.
Where she's at. You might be scared of her too.
She would throw me like the shot put.
I'd
go as far as the javelin went. I am the javelin. She would wind me up and toss my shit.
I'd fight Dominic than her, most definitely. But yeah, I would definitely.
I'd rather fight a stampede of fucking bulls than.
I would definitely take Tony Storm because she has a good gimmick.
And I like that. And she's not too old either.
Mm-mm.
Meaning she's still got a lot of longevity left to her. That's a good pick. What do you think of my Tiffany Stratton? Because she's not one of my favorites. You know I wanted to say Bailey, but I couldn't.
She's kind of, I don't know. Tiffy Time just don't work for me.
Why not? It gets super over.
It just
Kids
seems,
love it. My wife loves it, for example. She eats that shit up.
Yeah, it just seems bland. Kind of generic. She seems
Well, what she's doing is she's doing Sharpay from High School Musical.
Okay.
My wife called that out, and I didn't even catch that. She goes, I think she's doing Sharpay. And I was like, what do you mean? And she showed me this clip from High School Musical because I've watched it with her, but I'd be on my phone, I'll be honest. And, I'm checking my fantasy team when we're watching that shit.
Yeah.
But she showed me this clip where literally Tiffy is practically covering the Sharpay promo. Like, even down to the thing where she goes, oh, and Toodles, like, that whole thing. So, like, I don't know. I think Tiffy's super over, and plus she's super young, super athletic, seems to be super durable. I'd go with Tiffy time. Who's young now? I'm 30 years old. Sad I have to ask that. I'm 29. I'll release it. You can keep kayfabe if you want. You can be a luchador.
Carmelo Hayes should be up there, but they don't like him.
Here's the thing. I don't know what to do with Carmelo Hayes. If you gave me the pencil right now and if you gave me the pen, I like Carmelo Hayes, but I don't know what to do with
They
it.
have nothing stopping people apart. They're starting off. You look generic to me. They need gimmicks, something. They need personality.
I almost wonder, do you want to give Carmelo the MVP gimmick? I mean, he kind of like...
Give him the Mr. Perfect gimmick. Fuck it.
Come on with the towel. I mean, he's a great wrestler.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be that far off. I mean, really, truthfully, it wouldn't be that far off. I mean, I think Carmelo Hayes is incredible. It's just a case of, like, you can only push so many people at once. Like, all right, can I ask you another question?
Sure.
What would you do with Karrion Kross right now if you had the pencil? What would the chat do?
Man, he fails at everything, though. The Testament.
Yeah, but he wasn't really given a fair shot with the Final Testament.
Why? Because he had shit people to work with?
No TV time.
Fuck the AOP. They're shitty people.
That's Axiom that's...
I don't
know. I forget what the Axiom or something like that. I'd have Karrion versus Alistair. That would be a good feud.
It would be.
That would be interesting, actually. Killer Kross versus Alistair Black.
That'd be a great feud.
And I don't know if you guys know this yet about me, but I know you should know this about me. I love a non-title feud. I love a non-title feud. I'm a firm believer in you can get a non-title feud over just as much, if not more, than you can get over a title feud. If you book it right. If you book the story right. Karrion versus Alistair could easily be trilogy money. Tell me I'm wrong.
Oh, it'd be great.
That could be money.
It'd be a great match.
Give me the pencil on it. Come on.
But then what? Like, that's the thing. Like,
you make them look both like stars.
Yeah.
Give them something extreme. Here's a Hell in the Cell. Beat the piss out of each other.
I just don't know where to go after that for either one. They have too many people. I'm terrible when you have 120 people to choose from.
And see, that's what I just said about Carmelo. It's like you can only, like, I know at some point everybody wants to see people get a push, but you can only do so much. I love Drew too, but that's another one they don't really know what to do with. They don't know what to Drew with. No pun intended. Full pun intended. What am I talking about?
Absolutely.
Heel can attack anybody. See, I like good heel. I'm a heel guy. I'm also a babyface guy, hence the thumb fingers and shit. But I also love heels though too. Like I feel like I love.
Who's your favorite heel
of all time?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
Jesus Christ. Eddie Guerrero. It's easy.
That's a great. Yeah. Okay. But see, to me though, his heel work is babyface.
Okay, but you want true heel?
Chris
Benoit?
Oh. That's as heel gets, brother. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. How's your wife and kids? How's your wife and kids? No, but all right, best heel of all time. I love this because it's a shoot. We're on the spot, and I don't want to fuck it up.
You got Bray Wyatt, Undertaker, American
No.
Badass.
I love Big Evil, but no, not best. Best heel. I gotta hate the guy. I gotta hate the guy. I gotta hate the guy.
Ric Flair because you want to be him. Hulk Hogan.
I gotta hate the guy.
Stone Cold when he joined Vince McMahon.
I didn't hate him. I still loved him. He said, Chris don't count. See, Ric Flair came to my mind. All right, Ric Flair actually came to my mind. But at the same time, he's one of those people that I look at like an Eddie Guerrero. He's like heel baby. Like,
Kevin Nash, Scott Hall. You know who we are.
God damn. All right, you know the issue that I'm having a problem with is that I hate Kurt them Angle, so much that I love them.
Kurt Angle. Edge.
That's a good one. I hated for what he did to Matt Hardy. But I also liked it because I'm an asshole. See? Fuck! He said Kurt Angle, Ric Flair, great picks. I'm not saying my answer yet. I'm holding it. I'm tucking.
For what?
I'm tucking.
Dude, I'm buying you time and you still can't come up with shit.
Triple H.
Jesus
You want an answer? There it is. There it is. Triple H.
Was the greatest heel of all time.
Yep, because I fucking hated him. And that's why I didn't want to waste it. And that's why I didn't want to waste it. I hated heel Triple H. Heel Triple H beat Booker T at WrestleMania 19 for the World Heavyweight Championship. And to this day, that is my least favorite booking decision, my most hated booking decision ever made by WWE. That is hands down my least favorite. Kurt literally tried to R-word a man's wife. That was pretty fucked up. And you know what's fucked up is that I still said and stand on what I said about Kurt Angle, that I still was able to get behind that as a babyface. I know I'm going to get canceled for that 6 years down the line. But
I'm just saying,
if it takes that long. But
great heels.
No, my favorite heel of all time, because of how much I hated him, Triple H.
Oh.
I fucking hated his heel run. He beat all the WCW guys. He held that World Heavyweight title far too long.
Michaels?
No. Babyface to me always. You couldn't make me hate him. Same thing when Stone Cold shook hands with Vince McMahon. I couldn't hate him. I was 7 years old. I was 7 years old pounding little huggies like they were Budweisers, brother.
Okay. Hey, you feel how you feel.
And I never shy away from it.
Oh, let's see what his best heel is.
He said, wait, I know the best heel hands down.
Oh, fucking heel Cena, Goldberg.
He's going to say Heidenreich.
Nathan Jones.
Heidenreich when he had his 3-week run with Paul Heyman.
Nails.
Did you ever hear what Paul Heyman said about when he worked with Heidenreich on 2 dark matches and 1 TV?
What was that? After
TV, he said, I walked to Gorilla, and he said he literally didn't take my advice 5 times. I'm never working with this guy again. Whoa, wait a minute.
He beat God.
Vince McMahon might be the greatest heel of all time. Vince McMahon might be the greatest heel of all time. He might be onto something here in the chat.
But he could be your biggest baby face because you know what he did prior to that? He pinned the U.S. He pinned the U.S. court system 1, 2, 3 in the middle of that ring, brother.
Neck brace and all, dude. Neck brace and all.
That was told by his doctor that he didn't really need to wear.
He said, how is Vince a baby face? Well, yeah, there he goes. There's the delay.
He pinned the U.S. court system, man. I respect the hell out of that. He's like, steroids.
He said, Your Honor. 1, 2, 3. The jury was the special guest ref.
He's like, Hogan's not on steroids. Look at him. He's only down.
Look at him. He only has veins shooting out of his veins. That's normal.
Macho Man. He ain't.
You know what?
Steroids.
Vince is the greatest heel in pro wrestling. He's right. Chat's right. Triple H is second for me.
He'd be Mount Rushmore heels.
Oh, he's got to be.
Because he killed WCW and ECW.
And cut promos on it.
The final Nitro was just him fucking check out Raw. Foster
Hey, Dad! Shane cutting a promo
That's at
on.
the very end.
Oh, that was... I remember watching that. That's back when I was already watching live for a couple of years at that point. Well...
Can't wait till Tony Khan makes that call. Tell him, JR, if you turn over to the cock, you'll see Bill Goldberg pin Gunther right now. 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds.
Oh, have Goldberg do the Atlanta screw job. No, the Atlanta screw job at Saturday night's main event. Gunther doesn't get his contract renewed.
AEW calls it.
Early
JR
in
goes
the
on. No, JR goes on because ain't they doing their show Saturday too?
I don't think Collision's Saturday. They just did a 4-hour Grand Slam.
I'm talking about Saturday night main event. Ain't All In that weekend?
Yeah, All In's earlier that day.
Jim Ross is gonna ruin it.
Jim Ross gets the scoop
Just like
from Stone
Vince
Cold.
just like when Nitro shot themselves in the foot with
And
Tony.
said Mankind.
Tony Schiavone's gonna make the call, complete the circle.
He's going to finish his story.
He's gonna make the final call in AEW.
That's a great fucking take. Tony Schiavone's going to make his story get finished.
By finishing AEW, by saying, if you turn over to the cock, you'll see Bill Goldberg, Atlanta's son, pin
Gunther in a screw job.
Beat Gunther 1, 2, 3 in the middle of that ring in under 5 minutes, brother.
Chris Benoit never ruined a company. He only ruined a household. China, Mickey James, I don't need to say more. Oh, God. Yeah.
Female heels?
Why? Because they got fucked? One on a mattress, the other one on a laundromat? All right. See, this is where we get off the rails. This is where I get off the rails, and this is where I get us into hot water. I love Joni Lauer, and I love Mickey James. I love China, and I hate Chris Ben fucking Wah. He said, yeah, we got dark real fast. Yeah, we're all getting canceled. That's why we're bumps and bruises, baby. We take some bumps and we take our bruises, but we keep on
I
going.
didn't even think about female heels, and that's on me.
Female heels is fine. Great female heels. You got to go Molly Holly. I always loved her great heel work. Love Molly Holly. Ivory's great too. RTC Women's Champion. Speaking of China, when she got squashed against China at WrestleMania 17, that's how you do a squash match.
Oh, you're talking about
that's a 5-star squash match.
Came out there after neck surgery, after being gone for 5 weeks and having neck surgery and just coming out there dominating her.
That was good shit. Another great female heel. You gotta go Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is always great heel.
Go Becky Hogan. She's even giving her husband good jobs.
Becky Hogan. Definitely Becky Hogan. That's hilarious. Well, you got any more questions for me? If not, I want to leave the chat to ask us some questions before we get up out of here.
We'll let the chat ask a question if he wants.
Chat, come on. Observing stuff. Hit us with anything. It can be wrestling related, preferably, or it could be something else related as well if you just like to ask us something. Flair isn't a good heel. No, there's no dumb questions. There's no dumb questions on Bumps and Bruises. One of us is high and the other one is drunk, and somehow we end up in the middle having fun. There's no dumb questions on Bumps and Bruises. I promise you that. You could ask us fucking anything. Ask us if the sky's blue if you'd like. I could elaborate on that for 5 minutes. I'm a conspiracy theorist. Flair isn't a good heel. No, Flair's a great heel. It's just I love him so much that I can't boo him. Like, even if he wants me to boo him, I can't boo him. Like, that's the issue that I have.
So, Hogan, you can't boo Hogan?
I've always had an issue booing Hogan. My dad loves him too much. El Padrino loves him too much.
Charlotte Flair's a good heel.
Okay, that's a good heel because I don't like her. I genuinely don't like her. Yeah. Like, I genuinely want her to come down the ramp so I can boo her.
Yeah, I would name Charlotte Flair up there.
Oh, talking about his daughter. I'm sorry, my apologies. I've had a lot of bruises tonight. You got to forgive me. However, I've been coming correct with the wrestling merch every week. Got the Undertaker Snoop Dogg on tonight. Had to throw that collab on. But no, hit us with anything, man. I'm really excited to answer some questions tonight. I'm ready to shoot with you, dog. You ready to shoot, cowboy? I'm the JBL to your Paul Heyman. Notice I let myself be JBL.
Worst WrestleMania match.
Been smoking a bit, haven't we all? Worst WrestleMania match of all time?
Oh, let's get us 2 questions. Give you time to think.
Well, to answer worst WrestleMania match tonight, as he says he's got his 2 questions, and we're really excited to answer them. And you can even ask us questions afterwards if you are not watching this live and you want to throw them in the comments. I'll shoot them over to him. However, though, worst WrestleMania match of all time is Giant Gonzalez versus Undertaker in Las Vegas WrestleMania night.
Okay.
I've watched that match back 3 times.
Cody Rhodes versus John Cena.
That's not bad.
John Cena wins. Cody fails.
Scotty Two Stone, you are correct. I do. I'm going to throw them both in there here real quick. However, you are right. I do believe that is going to be the main event. It's going to be Cody Rhodes wins the King of the Ring. He's going to go on to face John Cena, and John Cena is going to win. I don't think he drops the belt yet at SummerSlam. I don't think that happens.
That's what happens at SummerSlam main event. Because we got Goldberg taking Gunther's belt, so I don't know what you do with the belt then. A tournament that's held at SummerSlam.
Goldberg does not take Gunther's belt.
You should chat both. I almost think the chaos that would ensue with it.
It'd be fun, but it won't happen.
Chaos.
The chaos would be fun, but it won't happen.
Theory.
But it won't happen. But no, I think you're spot on with the main event. However, if I had the pencil, I think the SummerSlam main event should be Io Sky versus Asuka for the WWE Women's World Championship.
So you think women? Oh, night 1 or night 2?
Oh, fuck! Oh, shit!
You booked night 1, I got night 2.
Yeah, wait a minute. And then I'm going to comment the Discord and IG too as well. I forgot there's 2 nights of SummerSlam this year. All right, I got both main events then. Thank you. This made it easy. So for the 2 main events for SummerSlam, we're doing some early booking here. I got Io Sky versus Asuka, ladies first, night 1 main event for the Women's World Championship. That's your Women's Queen of the Ring winner. She goes on to face Io, has a 5-star match.
That's your Women's Queen of the Ring.
Yep, that's a great point. Then night 2, I got Cody Rhodes versus John Cena, and John Cena wins. But you're right. You're right. I'm not going to devil's advocate and be completely wrong.
Of course not.
Forgot that it was 2 nights.
So, I don't think it's going to be a women headlining night 2.
I said night 1.
No, night 1.
I said they headline night 1.
Night 2 is correct. Night 1's different.
I got night 1, Io, Asuka, night 2, Cena, Cody.
I think you're wrong. I think you're wrong because it's not going to be the women's title match. It's going to be the U.S. title match. I'll first spot 2.
In a stipulation?
Yeah.
What?
A Bloodlines match.
Bloodline rules?
Sure.
Nobody's on Jacob's side right now.
Yeah.
So who would he have to help him there? He said, I just want to piss people off.
I don't know. I think something's going to happen.
Walter does seem to be in limbo right now. Just typing this film in.
That's fine. My worst WrestleMania match was Bam Bam Bigelow versus LT.
Oh, versus Lawrence Taylor in the main event, Bam Bam Bigelow? What do you mean? That was Sting versus Taker dream match, brother.
Someone's fever.
First time somebody saw Lawrence Taylor get a sack, they said, you know what would be really great? If he faced Bam Bam Bigelow.
You know what I really wanted to say, but I've already punched down low enough on your favorite wrestler.
Oh, boy.
Pitch Black.
Oh, I think Ilya's got to come back. Ilya Dragunov's got to come back because him and Gunther are gold. Him and Gunther are 5-star Meltzer gold. That's a Meltzer wet dream, is when Ilya faces fucking Gunther. I mean, their matches in NXT were absolutely incredible. Those were stellar. Those were interstellar. Those were out of this world.
Some of the best matches of that time.
Some of the best NXT matches of all time. As somebody that's been following NXT for years.
Takeover's putting out bangers better than WWE PLEs at the time.
They really were. I mean, you know it's pretty bad when the WLC steals the show. Do a callback to the WLC. Yeah, I think Ilya Dragunov deserves the stardom as well. I firmly agree with that. A phenomenal wrestler. It's unfortunate what happened to him. I think his bounce back and his comeback could be something incredible. I think that could be a story that I'd like to see be finished. But did he ask both of his questions, or did we only get one? I believe we only got one, no? Live chat, what we got? Observing stuff. You're the dog. You're Bumps and Bruises familia at this point. Hit us with one more question. We live. We shooting. We all high. We all drunk. We all having a good time. And to those sober people as well, you know it's all love to you as well, and I support y'all. Second question was the social media question. Well, guess what? We love you so much, and thank you for being tuned in tonight that we don't want to close out of here just yet. How about you hit me and Scotty Two-Stone with one more fucking question? Looking really forward to it. Chat, everybody watching, hit us. Hit us with one more question. Can be anything wrestling, can be something gaming, can be something sports related, movies, TV, music, but preferably wrestling. What do you guys got for us? I'm ass out when it comes to questions, to be honest with you. I'm ready to get my gaming on and smoke some blunts with you and get some jams on and chill. But I love being tuned in live with everybody. He said, okay, let me think. Let him cook. Let him throw the rice in the pot. Let him throw the seasoning in. Let him throw the mix in. Come on now, what we got here? Cook it up for us. Could be absolutely anything. I'm ready to get my gaming on too, but he's got one more question for us. What you got for us, brother? No such thing as a lame question. No such thing. What's my favorite Pop-Tart flavor? Hit me. Strawberry and hot fudge. What we got?
It's hard to take you serious when you think Macho Man's overrated.
I'll take back that statement that I made a couple episodes ago. Macho Man is not underrated. Sting versus Taker. Hold on. Sting versus Taker.
We know who you
in 2005. Who
the
wins?
Mark of Marks.
I like that question.
The son of a Mark of a
So
Mark.
call back to last week's episode.
You're the son of a Mark of a Mark.
That's true. And they're
that likes a Mark.
And his name is Mark William, and his name is Mark William Calloway. So I just gave Ray a major government if somebody cares to look that up. But Sting versus Taker in 2005, who wins?
I like Sting.
You're asking the wrong motherfucker.
I take Sting.
I'll go Take.
05 Take? Fuck
yeah, because the streak's alive.
Fuck that streak.
Streak's alive.
Oh, it's got to be WrestleMania?
Hey, I'd rather Sting break the streak than Taker.
So we're just shooting WrestleMania?
It'd have to be.
Okay.
You're not going to waste that match on a fucking Backlash. You're not going to waste that match on a No Mercy. Sting versus Take's WrestleMania, brother. And let me tell you something about WrestleMania, dude. Undertaker don't like losing to WrestleMania, brother.
He didn't even know the streak was relevant.
Sting counts the lights, brother, with the faded makeup, dude.
No. Sting wins. Sting's a better wrestler.
All right, I want to ask a fun one. We're closing out. I'm sorry, I can't help it. I got to ask you something.
Here comes
I got to ask the chat something. I got to ask you something. I got to clip something. Dream match alert. Eddie Guerrero versus Shawn Michaels. WrestleMania 2009. If it got to happen, who wins?
Eddie Guerrero. No, fuck you, Shawn Michaels fan. I don't like you.
I can do the Viva la Raza. Dooley, I pray that's not offensive. But because I know he's going to watch us back, and I've never done that before.
Who's heel? Eddie Guerrero's heel.
Who's heel? Eddie Guerrero.
He wins.
Eddie
He lies,
Guerrero.
cheeses, steals, and wins.
Sweet Chin Music, he steals the boot. Roll up pin. Just like with Kurt Angle.
You thought way too much into it, but okay.
Dude, I've been thinking about that match since 2010. Or since 2009.
It was easily solved.
For a while. All right.
That was your dream match alert.
Yep. Hit us. Close us out.
With what?
Dream match.
I don't have a dream match.
Sure you do.
No.
If Sean is a heel, is Sean
Brian Pillman versus Stone Cold.
Oh, Sean versus Eddie, man. No matter who was working heel, it would have been great. But Eddie would have had to been working heel. The Heartbreak Kid versus Mr. Lie, Cheat, Steal. Come on. He would have even made a reference. I'm going deep into the fantasy booking. He would have said something like, "Oh, hey, Sean, you think you have sunny days?" Well, like, that's right. I know a little bit of Eddie. I ain't going to go deep on the impression, but I know a little bit of the delivery.
So
I can see it now, Holmes.
Brian Pillman versus Stone Cold.
Gun versus gun.
Dude, that was a great feud building up.
Till he took it too far.
It's still a great feud.
Never forget when Stone Cold looked at one of the producers. He goes, "Is that a live gun?" He goes, "Does that have live bullets in it?" Besides the racism. Besides the racism. Thank you. Yeah, see, that's why Shawn Michaels is better than Hogan. Plus, Shawn Michaels could wrestle with a blindfold on and his hands tied behind his back better than Hogan ever could.
Who did more for the business?
You're an asshole for asking that. Hogan did. But who's the better wrestler? Now I get to make you answer a tough question. Who did better for the business? Hulk Hogan. Who's the better wrestler? Say it. Say it.
Unless you watch.
Clip that. Okay, too.
Go with Hogan in New Japan when he was actually doing fucking moves. He actually wrestled over there.
What, a leg drop on the apron?
Whoa, dude.
Whoa, bro.
Fucking hurricanranas and shit over there.
He's smoking to this. We're chilling. We're hanging out. But we're about to close him out here, though, for real. Man, I could bullshit with you on wrestling all night. We're going to keep bullshit. We're going to keep having a great night. Hogan did wrestling moves I could do now. Dude, I can do the fucking leg drop on this couch if I wanted to right now. Like, I can do the leg drop on this floor right now and nothing's going to happen. Like, my tailbone might hurt a little bit because I'm a little rusty. I haven't worked out in a little bit. I haven't done some stretches. But the Hogan moveset, come on.
Absolutely.
You think I can hit a moonsault off the rope? If I hit a moonsault, my neck's broken.
I got something to show you this week.
Excited to see what that is. Well, as we get ready to close up out of here, observing stuff, you have kept the energy high all night in the live chat. I can't thank you enough. Thank you for being locked in and subscribed. And everybody watching this, whether you're watching live or afterwards, if you haven't been locked in and tapped in and subscribed already, I don't know what you're waiting for. You might as well hit that button already. It's really quick and easy. It's a really Q&E situation. But with that being said, we got 29 candles available now. Some of this pen EP coming soon. We've knocked out a lot over the past couple of weeks. I'm looking really forward to sharing you guys a surprise that I have with it as well. He said, "Hell yeah, peace out. If I did a frog splash, I would probably die." I'm a second that. If I did a frog splash, I would probably tear both meniscuses and both ACLs and some other CLs that I don't even know that I have would probably also be ruptured as well. But with that being said, we got the new Pull Up a Chair episode available now as well. Thank you to everybody for being tuned into the new Bumps and Bruises. We got Sleepless Radio episode 249 available, going live tomorrow night. We got Crown the Empire versus Villain of the Story. Looking really forward to that 12-round bout. And with that being said, keep love high and the hate low. Wake up with a smile on. Look in the mirror and remind yourselves of 3 things you're grateful for. And most importantly, say, "I love you." And Scotty Two Stone, thank you once again for pulling up a chair and joining us as the co-host of Bumps and Bruises. Is there anything that you'd like to say before we close up out of here and we get to some gaming and some smoking and some joking and some token?
Don't be a jobber. And wrestling drill. People are fake.
And with that being said, peace out. We love y'all. Can't wait to see y'all tomorrow during Sleepless Red episode 249. And can't wait to see what your guys' predictions and what your guys' potential spoilers and hot takes are as well. Take it easy. Keep the love high and the hate low. PS5. Hold on. Let me take a picture of that guy real quick because I want to make sure that I don't forget it. I'm on Xbox, but I can add you. So can Scotty Two Stone. Keep love high and the hate low. Two-phone Tuker. Peace.